Students are requested to please settle down and please keep your mobile phones on silent mode. Good morning, everyone, honorable dignitaries, faculty members, panelists, participants, and dear students. I, Rashmi Borvanshi,
And I, Jaspreet Kaur Ajmani,
extend a warm welcome to all of you. It gives us immense pleasure to host you all today at the National Conference on Artificial Intelligence and Law, organized by Amity Law School, Amity University, Chhattisgarh. This conference marks a significant step in exploring the dynamic relationship between artificial intelligence and the field of law, a subject that is shaping the future of justice, governance, and society at large.
with the blessings of Honorable Founder President RBEF Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan Sir, Honorable Chairman and President RBIEF Dr. Asim Chauhan Sir, Honorable Chancellor Amity University Chhattisgarh Dr. W. Selvamurthy Sir, and Honorable Vice Chancellor Amity University Chhattisgarh Professor Piyush Kant Pandey Sir, we are delighted to invite and welcome all of you to the National Conference on Artificial Intelligence and Law. Today, we are honored to have with us our guest for the day, Dr. Atul Kumar Pandey Sir, Professor of Law and Dean, UG Studies, National Law Institute, University, Bhopal. We welcome you, sir.
To begin the proceedings on an auspicious note, we would now like to invite our esteemed dignitaries for the lighting of the lamp ceremony, symbolizing the dispelling of darkness and the spreading of wisdom. As the lamp is being lit, may the flame of knowledge brighten our minds and guide us throughout this conference. Let us now invoke the blessing of Goddess of Learning. I request the technical team to kindly play the Saraswati Vandana.
Now, with respect and pride, I request everyone to rise for the National Anthem of India, followed by the State Song of Chhattisgarh.
Now, it is our privilege to introduce our esteemed faculty coordinator of this conference. He is a distinguished research scholar at Hidayatullah National Law University and an assistant professor of law at Amity University, Chhattisgarh. He has successfully qualified UGC NET and holds an LLM in Law and Development from Asim Premji University, along with a BA LLB honors from Hidayatullah National Law University. He is a passionate public policy enthusiast. His core areas of interest lies in constitutional law, policy, and governance. With our 4 years of intensive legal education and research in constitutional law, he brings a unique perspective on contemporary legal challenges. Let's welcome Toshin Chandrakar sir to the stage for his presentation on artificial intelligence.
Good morning to one and all. With the blessings of the Honorable Founder President RBF, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan sir, Honorable President RBIEF, Dr. Asim Chauhan sir, Honorable Chancellor Amity University Chhattisgarh, Dr. W. Selva Murthy sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor Amity University Chhattisgarh, Professor Dr. Piyush Kant Pandey sir, and Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Amity University Chhattisgarh, Professor Dr. Sumita Dave ma'am. The chief guest of the event, Professor Dr. Atul Kumar Pandey, sir, who's joining us from Bhopal. My dear participants, my faculty, the Honorable HOI, and dear students. I welcome you all to the Amity Law School's National Conference on Artificial Intelligence and Law in association with Nyay Bandhu Legal Aid Cell and Center for Excellence in Intellectual Property Laws, Amity University, Chhattisgarh. साइकिल से लेकर स्विंग मशीन तक एवरीथिंग इज फ्रॉम अ फॉरेन कंट्री. हम इंडिया में कुछ बनाते ही नहीं, सेड डॉक्टर होमी भाभा टू मिस्टर JRD Tata while pitching the proposal for Tata Institute for Fundamental Research. What he said sadly still holds true. Specifically, we are not building the infrastructure of artificial intelligence in India. On the floor of the parliament, it was pointed out by one of the members of parliament that neither does India have the software nor do we have the hardware manufacturing or having in India to build its own AI systems. Everything that we put up as a question to ChatGPT or the Ghibli art that the Gen Z is sharing gets uploaded to a server that sits in the United States of America and is stored as big data. Every email that we write, every statistics that we upload, every answer we seek from the AI models are going to the foreigners still. It would be safe to say that India does not have data sovereignty as it stands, and it's a threat to our national security, especially in the face of the first world countries' attitude towards India, as evidenced by the US government in the recent days. But while the idea of artificial intelligence in contemporary times is a story of data sovereignty, we must remember that AI as a subject in itself is not new. AI, as we see today, is not the story about Elon Musk or Sam Altman, but is a story about a professor and a scientist. We talk about him, but do we realize that the society from the days of Socrates is always averse to scientific knowledge and logical arguments presented? Just as Socrates had to pay for his knowledge and advanced theories with his life, the father of artificial intelligence, Professor Alan Turing, also committed suicide. His crime that he was homosexual, and the British government punished him for being as such. What the Turing test did in 1950 while he was working at Bletchley Park solving the Enigma, a Nazi code that couldn't be broken, which he did eventually break, was the first seeds of an intelligent machine which we should see today. He called it Christopher, named after his friend. We call it the computer. The story of Alan Turing reminds us that while machines may pass the Turing test one day, humanity is yet to pass the test of compassion, inclusion, and of justice. As we step into the age of artificial intelligence, we must seek and ask ourselves, are we building a future only of machines, or are we building a future for the people? India stands at crossroads. On one hand, we have the brilliance of our youth, the industrial spirit, and the vision of our policymakers. But on the other hand, we face the challenge of creating our own infrastructure, our own data sets, our own ethical frameworks for AI. If we do not address this, our dependence on foreign servers and foreign corporations will leave us vulnerable, not only in terms of technology, but also in terms of sovereignty and security. At the same time, we must not forget the human side of AI. Technology cannot be divorced from ethics, law, and social justice. Just as Nyaya Bandhu works to provide access to justice and our Center for Excellence in Intellectual Property Laws nurtures innovation, we must also work to ensure that AI becomes a tool of empowerment and not of exploitation. Laws must not only regulate technology, but must also do it for the public good. Artificial intelligence, like law, is not about codes and systems. It is also about values, justice, equality, dignity, sovereignty. These must be pillars on which we should build our AI as a future. If Turing's struggle teaches us anything, it is that knowledge must be harnessed with humanity. If Dr. Homi Bhabha's vision inspires us, it is that India must have the courage to create its own scientific destiny. And if our constitution guides us, it is that sovereignty must always rest with the people. So, as we begin this national conference on intersection of artificial intelligence and law, let us resolve not only to debate and discuss, but to envision and to enact. Let us dream of an India where we are not merely consumers of technology, but also the creators of the same. Let us dream of a world where machines may assist us, but laws will protect us and justice will guide us. With this, I once again welcome you all, and I invite you to join us in these important deliberations over the next couple of days. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It is now our honor to introduce and welcome Dr. Abhinav Pradhan, sir, the head of institution in charge and assistant professor of law, Amity Law School, Amity University, Chhattisgarh. Dr. Abhinav Pradhan, sir, has held several distinguished positions in academics, including serving as dean and head assistant professor of law at the Department of Legal Studies, LCIT College of Commerce and Science, Bilaspur, and as an assistant professor at Jagran School of Law, Jagran Lake City University, Bhopal. He has also contributed to significant research as a research assistant at the IPR Chair, National Law Institute, University, Bhopal. In terms of academic excellence, Dr. Abhinav Pradhan, sir, holds his LLB from the prestigious Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi, followed by his LLM and PhD from the National Law Institute, University, Bhopal. His rich academic and research background has immensely contributed to shaping young legal minds and further discourse in the field of law. May I now request Honorable HOI, Amity University, Chhattisgarh, Dr. Abhinav Pradhan, sir, to address the gathering.
Respected Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Pro Vice Chancellor, ma'am, faculty members, and my dear students. We are organizing 2 days national conference on artificial intelligence and law in association with Center of Excellence on Intellectual Property Rights and Nyaya Bandhu, a Government of India project by the Ministry of Law and Justice, Department of Justice. Actually, it was the artificial intelligence, the power, navigating power of artificial intelligence. It is as such going to connect with all discipline of the all discipline, and in general, law is also going to affected by the power of AI, and in general, and in particular, intellectual property rights is also going to navigating the power of AI. We are going to face the same challenges, issue and challenges of the AI. Because though it is not only applicable to the democracy or the government, that it is to the people, by the people, and for the people. It is also applicable with our legal system also. Law is being made for the people, to the people, by the people, for the people. All the law which has been contemporary existing is being made by the law, addressing the problem by the human being, Homo sapiens, and addressing the problem of the same. But particularly in the field of intellectual property rights, now the very basics of the intellectual property rights are being affected by the artificial intelligence. Because now who is the author, who is considered to be the inventor? Now AI is going to make these these contested area, that what should be the future of legal discourse, while analyzing that how novelty, how inventive step, how utility can be determined when things are being done by the AI. Similarly, how originality, how authorship, how fixed in a tangible medium or publication or registration will be addressed as far as the copyright law is concerned. Similarly, how the trademark shall be, registration of trademark, and the when law is being tested by the unwary customer or consumer, then how it shall be judged in the field of artificial intelligence. Respected sir, in these 2 days, we are going to address all these aspects of the law with the some expert deliberation, as well as the presentation of research paper. All these things are being taken, the different research areas has been identified, and technical session is being divided in the same way, so that the not only the IP issues, but all other related issues, what the power of AI is going to make in the whole legal research system is going to be addressed in the different technical sessions. There in each and every technical there are more than 10 technical sessions, which is going to be organized in the next today and tomorrow. And in all technical sessions is being chaired by the expert, and their observation and the presentation, research presentation made by the researcher will ultimately, we will try to make apart from the publication, we are also trying to make certain suggestion in this respect, that how artificial legal discourse should be entertained by the power of the AI. As our chief guest, Professor Atul Kumar Pandey sir, is considered to be the expert, and very because if credit goes to Justice J.S. Verma and Professor Madhav Menon to introduce the 5 years integrated legal education, credit must also given to Professor like Atul Kumar Pandey, who has introduced law with the technology. He is the founding director of the Rajiv Gandhi Cyber Law Center, and NLIU is the first National Law University who has introduced the BSc LLB in the cyber security. So he is considered to be the pioneer in this legal discourse, where first time interface of the law and technology has been introduced. So now this is the time of the technological advancement. Each and every field of human life is going to be affected by the technology, and information technology is also a part. And I think this fourth wave of the industrial revolution, first it was only the like the engine, second it was the heavy industry, third was the computer. I think this is the fourth industrial revolution, which is going to affect the each and every aspect of the life, and in general, and legal discourse in particular. So today and tomorrow we are going to witness a very good research work which is being presented in a form of a research paper by the many presented, more than 50 research paper we have received. After scrutinize, we have make the in a technical session wise. So in the next today and tomorrow, we are going to assess all such research paper and make some good conclusion on the basis of those research paper. And definitely, I am very hopeful that definitely after end of this national conference, we will able to submit some very good novel ideas which are very pertinent to this artificial intelligence and law. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The position of the Pro Vice Chancellor in higher education administration is a position of respect, academic resilience, and responsibility. With over 2 decades of experience in higher education, Dr. Sumita Dave ma'am has demonstrated excellence in academic governance, curriculum innovation, research mentoring, and policy implementations. She has held several pivotal positions such as principal, dean of academics, and chairperson of academic committees. Dr. Sumita Dave ma'am has successfully completed sponsored projects of AICTE and UNICEF. Presently, she is working on a project for Niti Aayog. May I now request Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Chhattisgarh, Dr. Sumita Dave ma'am to address the gathering.
Thank you so much. A very warm good morning to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Piyush Kant Pandey, the Head of the Department of Law, Professor Abhinav Pradhan, all the faculty members of law, and all the bright, energetic students of the law school. Today is a day that all of us at Amity University will be really happy, including our guides, which includes our Honorable Founder President, our Chairman, and our Chancellor as well. Because today we are here to discuss a very important intersection between two important areas. One is technology today, which is all pervading. There is no sector, no area where technology has not proved its importance. And this seminar becomes more important because we need to also understand how law can protect the use of this technology. So it is not legal professionals taking the aid of technology in delivering their services, but at the same time, the legal professionals also need to work in the area of developing, designing legal frameworks to protect anybody and everybody, right from the common man who might use AI for day-to-day decision making, whether it is financial decision making, whether it is trying to understand, you students use ChatGPT in almost everything, to the umpteen number of AI tools that are available to guide, or rather now it has become like a kind of a backbone for almost every profession, including science and technology. So I consider this as a very, very important, because we have always, in every domain, we just highlight on the importance of AI as a support, as a tool to enhance the efficiencies of the work at hand, whether it is decision making, whether it is designing an innovative product, whether it is developing certain prototypes, whether it is developing marketing strategies, or whether it is as simple as preparing a PPT. Where we always, we are talking of the benefits of AI. But the benefits, along with these benefits, there is the flip side to it, that it must be used with a lot of care and caution. And when we talk of this care and caution, again, these are the legal practitioners who will be able to also design. We do have laws. We do have laws, but all these laws gets limited, like you have the cyber laws and the other, plagiarism and things of that sort. But when we are trying to talk about the correct use of AI, unless and until we do not, because there is a lot of difference between ethics. When we say ethics, it's more of morals, no, I should not copy. My principles do not allow me to copy. But if there is a legal framework, there is a law behind to what extent you can use AI, where you can use AI. Dr. Toshan also talked about, the human side of using technology. Yes, of course, when we are talking of utilizing AI in our legal practice, gone are the days when, as a petitioner, I would go to the court and I would not know when is my turn going to come next. When will my case be heard? Today, I know it well in advance. I know all the details regarding my case, and all the proceedings are all available. I remember in the hackathon last year, when we had the All India Hackathon over here, the selection rounds, there were a number of students who were trying to prepare apps which could be of help to legal practitioners, where they could get information, because historical data is something which is the tool for all of you. You people draft your cases based on historical data. And a judge's house or an advocate's house, you would know the differentiating factor would be the library in their houses or in the office. So if you enter into a lawyer's or an advocate's house and there is no library, so then there is a big question mark, right? But now these libraries may soon be replaced by apps on the computer. So it will be this one single gadget, which may be that even an advocate will carry or a lawyer will carry wherever he or she goes. So look at the difference. Bulk amount of data, the huge amount of books and references that lawyers need to study before drafting a case. You have so much of information, and sorting out particular information, sorting out particular cases becomes a lot more easier with the help of AI. Again, caution. As Dr. Toshan said, human aspect to it. Because in legal profession, they're not statutory laws. We have common laws for which historical data is important. So that human aspect of it, how you are going to integrate into it, would be a wonderful topic of discussion during your conference. I really wish you all the best. I thank the organizers for having thought of this wonderful emerging area, which requires a lot of discussion. There could be a center of excellence that can be established in the law school in this area, because I've not heard of much. I appreciate that there is a course of BBA, BSc, LLB in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity, again, is only a small part of it. But if you look at AI is an intersection of technology and law, which is much broader in perspective when it comes to designing and use of it. An IT or a CSC professional will not be able to do it completely. There has to be an intersection of technology and legal studies in this. And that brings us to our the new education policy, our national education policy itself, which highlights on the importance of interdisciplinary nature of education today. I wish you all the best for these 2 days conference, and I'm sure, as planned, at the end of the day, at the end of the conference seminar, you will come up with wonderful thoughts and suggestions, which are very important, and take it forward from here. Don't leave the discussion, close the discussion after 2 days. Work on it, look at new dimensions, identify new aspects which can be worked upon. Thank you so much, the School of Law, for this wonderful thought for organizing this conference. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We here at Amity University, Chhattisgarh, are being guided by a man of distinct vision, a person with illuminating ideas and inspiration for all of us. Professor Piyush Kant Pandey, sir, Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Chhattisgarh. He has studied various metallurgical chemistry and received his PhD degree in environmental depositions chemistry. During his doctoral program, he was awarded a research fellowship in environmental protection and formation by the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, and the Czech Republic. He also obtained PG diploma in management, and later he was awarded PhD in management from IIM Indore. He has been appointed as Government of India regulator and recognized EIA expert. He served for 3 years. He has acted as an expert at the Chhattisgarh Council of Science and Technology and was also a special invited member of the Chhattisgarh State Planning Commission. Sir has worked as the Dean of the Indian Institute of Health Management Research, Jaipur. He was also the founder principal of Bhilai Institute of Technology, Raipur, and the founder faculty of Bhilai Institute of Technology, Durg. He has also served as the group director of the LCIT Group of Institutions, Bilaspur, and S. Rangta Group of Institutions. He has also bagged the Academic Excellence Award from the government of Chhattisgarh. May I please request Professor Piyush Kant Pandey, sir, to please enlighten the gathering with his words of wisdom.
Good morning to all of you. How are you, children? All well? A very esteemed founder president, Dr. Ashok Chauhan, our chairman, Dr. Asim Chauhan, our chancellor, Dr. W. Salamurthy, Pro VC, Dr. Sumita Dave, HUI, Dr. Pradhan, all faculty members and dear students. Also, I'm welcoming Atul Kumar Pandey. Welcome, sir. How are you? Our chief guest has joined online, so I welcome Mr. Pandey also, Dr. Pandey also. Dr. Pandey, can you hear me?
Thank you, sir. Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning. So, first of all, let me congratulate the ALS for organizing this topic. In fact, when they had come to me proposing on this topic, I appreciated them, Dr. Toshan and Dr. Pradhan, that a very good topic has been taken. Why this topic is that, in fact, let me tell you very clearly. And one more thing I'll tell you, that till now what has been happening, that things used to be developed in the campuses and used to go to the business and field. Now it's something different is taking place now. Something is already developing at a very fast pace, and academicians and we are yet to come to, we need to develop our speed to adopt it. Now you're all students of law. Fine. What is your aim to do later on once you get your degree? What would you like to do in your future? Become a lawyer. Lawyer in where? Where? High Court, Supreme Court. Fine. Any other area? Corporate lawyer? Civil judge? Fine. These are the regular paths are there. You can also become a legal counsel to the industries also. Right? Now, suppose you are a legal counsel and one of the very important tasks will be there, which particularly as a legal counsel is required, and this is a contract study. The contracts are made. And I think paper and contracts also you are studying, right? Now, suppose there was a comparison was done around 20 big contracts were taken. It was given to a group of lawyer of 7 people. 7 lawyers were taken, 7 established lawyers. And they were asked to review the contracts. Of course, the contracts were very big, very bulky, and it requires, very careful. The legal practice is the profession where whatever you are doing, you are required to read the large thousands of pages, not 1 or 2. Thousands and thousands of pages you need to read. And you need to, within those pages, you have to find out where is the mistake, where is the problem. So the contracts were given to this group of 7 lawyers. And to go through those, all the contracts, they took 92 working hours. I hope when you'll be working as a legal counsel, you know that working hours is you are paid by, because normally you'll be paid by the hours, man hours, which goes over there. So it took 92 man hours for the group of 7 lawyers to study that contracts which were given to them. The same contracts were put to the AI, and AI did the job in 26 seconds. What the humans had taken 92 hours, the AI could do in 92 seconds. And second fact, I'll tell you that the group of lawyers found out of all the mistakes which were identified, 85% were found by the humans. Of the total mistakes which were there, 85% were identified by the humans and 95% was found by the AI. This is a real test case which has taken place with Jacobs and Jacobs. Then how many of you have heard a lawyer do not pay? Anyone? This is a legal assistant chatbot. It is known as Do Not Pay. This chatbot was initially developed in the USA, and now it is becoming very popular in UK also, and very soon it is being adopted in the European countries also. What is that chatbot does? It is freely available. Maybe a nominal payment is there, almost freely available. The name of the chatbot is Do Not Pay. What is that? Suppose you are going to any Western country and you park your car in a wrong place, then you would be given a parking ticket. And then parking ticket, when it is put on your car, then you are required to go to the court, the transport court and judge, and then you can contest the parking ticket also. You can say that the parking ticket is wrongly your car was in right place and it was not, parking ticket should not be put. That kind of a case is there. Earlier, this used to require the lawyer assistance, the parking tickets, because parking tickets are sometimes particularly in Western cities, it is very high. Per minute, the charges can become very high. So parking ticket can cost thousands of hundreds and the dollar. So to avoid that, they need to go to the judge to contest that. And they need to pay the fee to the lawyer. Now this Do Not Pay has made it possible to fight the cases through the chatbot, and chatbot takes all the cases, and it is requiring almost no payment. Initially, it started with the parking ticket only, and today that chatbot is working, solving and helping the people for immigration paperwork also. It is helping for consumer rights cases also. It is helping for their taxation issues also. Do not pay. This is again an example why I'm telling you all this one is that, in fact, many times we feel that something is happening, and to many of us, AI is mainly the chat, GPT and the Perplexity and these only. And maybe we are worried about the copying and this kind of a thing in academic. This one part. But something more sinister, something more bigger, something very, very important is taking place. Only yesterday, we had another school, MIT School of Law. They had invited me as a speaker for this one. about the AI in literature. And can you believe that literature, the application of this AI in literature, now something which is very mundane subject, something which is very, you may feel that there's almost no connection. AI in law is sometimes appears somewhat similar, but in literature it appears no connection. But let me tell you, what was done is that all the around 55,000 letters which were written between the Rousseau and different major authors, that was put to the analysis of AI. And what AI found, that most of the letters had generated at certain pockets only. And they were writing those, they were responsible for creating that awareness, renaissance about in the literature. It means this was kind of a WhatsApp group was functioning in the medieval century in the Europe. That is now proven. Similarly, you all know about Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, this civilization. You also know that every such places, when historical places you go, you may be finding some inscriptions may be there, some seals may be there, some coins may be there, and they may be having many times it's very difficult to identify the language which is written over there, what is really written over there, what time they are from. This is very difficult to identify. All that has become very, very fast and accurate with the help of AI. So I'm just giving an example that how these things are happening. How many of you know about this particular tool, that is Supase? What is Supase? In fact, many times what is really, again, I'm saying that many times our own fraternity is not aware what is happening in our own country. And that includes our faculty also. I'm very open, and I have no shame to tell it to almost every school. Forget about law. We teachers also need a lot of crash coursing and understanding and what is happening, because things are already adopted in our country. Forget about USA or UK, other places. Supase is something which is already adopted by Supreme. The full form of Supase is Supreme Court Portal for Assistance in Court Efficiency. Supase is the Supreme Court Portal for Assistance in the Court's Efficiency. What is this portal is there? In fact, initially started as a portal, which Dr. Pradhan and Dr. Dave were telling. But now what they have done is that now it is AI driven. Supase is totally AI driven now. And initially it was only a repository of the, this one started as a portal only. But now with the AI, what it offers is that Supase gives the entire legal research. It analyzes all the case files, all the precedents and all the legal briefs which have been submitted in a case to the Supreme Court judge. It doesn't give the judgment, of course, but that judgment, from reaching to that judgment, this Supase is already being adopted in our country. So we are only at the moment talking about the fundamental thing, but see where it has gone. Legora, how many of you have understand about Legora? Legora is a software which is almost all corporate law companies. All corporate companies have already adopted. Legora, if you become a corporate lawyer, then you'll be required to use the Legora. Legora, basically, what is the problem is that particularly in a corporate firm, you would not want your documents and your working to be available on a, let's say, AI portal, this one like ChatGPT or Perplexity or anything. You cannot put your documents there. In fact, they are very strict about the use of even many times you will not be permitted to take your mobile over there. And of course, you are not permitted to use any of this tools over there. So, but still they wish to, be benefited by the AI. So what they can do? They are developing their own AI systems, which is dedicated to those only, those forms only. And it is the control and all that is available in that only. So Legora, which I'm telling you, it is used in the CAM. That's Sri Lamarchand Mangaldas. And it is the people who are working over there, they say that it's really helping them. Of course, again, it is not replacement of the human intelligence. Do not pay chatbot, which I told you. It's an assistance, of course. But the kind of, these assistants and all these things are helping the people so fast. And in fact, as I've told you about really contract renewal and this one, these are one of the very important tools which has become. And particularly that is that European Court of Human Rights, ECHR, there they adopted this AI for understanding the outcome of the cases also. And outcome of the cases also, in fact, it has been found that it can be put for that also, and accuracy is coming out about 79%. But before the case is decided, you can put it into this one and understand that what can be the outcome. So why I'm telling you this one, that these are the challenges which are going to be coming to each one of you. Tomorrow, whichever profession, you become a practicing lawyer, or you become a corporate lawyer, or you become a judge, whatever is that, you need to first of all be updated with the knowledge. You need to be understanding how to use it in a proper way and how to use it in such a way in which way your confidentiality and your ethical, this one should not be compromised. So in fact, the learning requirement is very high. Things which are happening at a very fast pace outside our campuses, of course, and in the forefront is Indians only. Let me tell you one more thing, that behind many of these inventions, Indians are doing very well. So students, you can do a lot, provided you have to, don't just limit yourself to the only curriculum which you study over here. You need to go beyond it. You need to go more and more, learn more and more, and make yourself up to the date. Because after 4 or 5 years, you'll be coming out from this one. Till that time, there's going to be huge changes in the market. So that our faculty also need to understand and adopt it, and you also need to learn and adopt it. Because things, technology is happening at a very fast pace. And, for development in that, it's very, very important that each one of you should be having a good knowledge. So I am very happy that Amity Law School has taken up this particular topic, and a very good number of papers have been received for this presentation also. And I'm very sure that you'll be taking it seriously and trying to adopt and making newer and better in a real outcome. Let it be real outcome. We should be really challenging the world, not only our this one country, but should be challenging the world also. That kind of a thing should be coming from this one. And you have one benefit in Amity, that you have the access to the ASSET school also, Amity School of Engineering and Technology. We have some very good people over there. They have a good command in particularly AI in this one area they are working. So maybe you can utilize their presence over there. Similarly, other relevant schools which are there. As I'm telling you, now is the days of collaboration. Now the boundaries between the subjects and all that is fast, almost going to be dissolved. So in this case, take advantage of these facilities over here. And first of all, make yourself very, very strong and important. You need to understand that you should not wasting your time. Because by the time you are going to come out, the world will be very, very, very changed. And only if you are skilled, then your need would be there. If you're not skilled, then of course the AI and all this one can be putting you far behind. Right? So that is my wish. And I congratulate all of you and wish a very happy this program, and looking forward to listen to Dr. Atul Kumar Pandey. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening words. We feel honored to have with us the guest for today, Dr. Atul Kumar Pandey, sir. Sir is a professor of cyber law and chairperson of the Rajiv Gandhi National Cyber Law Center at National Law Institute, University, Bhopal. With over 15 years of experience, he is the founding head of the Department of Cyber Law and the driving force behind several pioneering academic programs in cyber law, information security, and digital forensics. He has represented India on global platforms, including the Diplo Foundation Fellowship in Switzerland and the US Department of State's International Visitor Leadership Program. Dr. Atul, sir, has delivered over 200 lectures at premier institutions and has been instrumental in training judges, police, IRS officers, and banking professionals. As principal investigator of a national project under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, he continues to shape capacity building in cybercrime investigation and digital forensic across the country. May I please invite Dr. Atul Kumar Pandey, sir, to please address the audience.
A very good morning to one and all present there. Due to my preoccupied schedule, I could not join the event in person. At the outset, I would like to join my previous speaker in congratulating MIT University for organizing this wonderful event on a very contemporary topic. And as he has already pointed out, that now AI is something which is being used by each and every sector. And I remember at the time when I started venturing in the field of cyber law, cyber security, way back in 2005-06, cyber law was a specialization. In fact, it was a super specialization within the domain of law. And down the line, 25 years, there are different specializations within this domain. Now, cyber law is no more a specialization. We have artificial intelligence, we have blockchain, Internet of Things, 3D, augmented reality. So many other technologies are there. And when we look at the use of technology, so it has been beautifully discussed, and the picture of the future has been portrayed. So when we look at the use of technology, so we use technology to ease human life. Now in this process, if we look at use of any technology, say for example, we started using internet in the year 1995 officially in India. And at that point of time, we had no dedicated law to regulate cyberspace, to regulate the use of internet. However, it was felt that we need to regulate it. And similar is the case with other technologies. So in the year 2000, we had a dedicated piece of legislation for IT related things, that was in the form of Information Technology Act 2000. So when we look at the AI, the use of AI started in different sectors, and there was a point of time when it was felt that there is no need to regulate it. But as the technology progressed and its use spread, now there is a huge concern, there is a huge debate as to how to regulate this particular technology. Because when we talk about regulation of AI and why it is important to regulate it, so we have to bear this fact in mind, that when we talk about regulation, it does not mean, because there is a misconception that when we talk about law, and misconception is that law seeks to prevent, law seeks to prohibit. But when we look at the purpose of regulation, we find that law seeks to regulate behavior in the society. Law seeks to regulate a particular technology in the society. And in that context, regulation of AI is very important, because AI is being used in every walk of life, and some of the examples have been given. So novel questions have arisen in the contemporary time, and traditional understanding of law has no answer, has nothing to offer to these novel questions. Because use of AI in a particular sector, use of AI in healthcare sector, now we have concepts like digital twin. So a replica of human body is being prepared, and a medical professional would like to do all the experiments on the replica, that is digital twin, by importing all the information, and then he would perform the surgery. So what if human dies? What if that purpose is achieved? But digital twin, that would always remain there. So again, regulation is required. How long my data could be there? How long my data could be stored in such by such systems? Then we had many other examples which would call for regulation of AI. So certain questions which are very important, particularly when we look at the progress of AI in the contemporary time. So, for example, creation of new entities and then a higher intellectual capacity than human intelligence, that has been pointed out by giving several use cases. Then certain debates which have arisen in the context of AI, like one a robot that was developed by, though it's a very old example, but still I would like to cite that that was developed by Hanson Robotics, which was given limited citizenship in Saudi Arabia. Now the question of law that arises in the context of Sophia, what kind of person Sophia is, whether Sophia is he, she, or it. So these kind of questions would arise in the context of use of AI. Another point that comes to that is being discussed nowadays, that is, should we fear of development of AI, or should we welcome such developments? Because nowadays we have generative AI, we have agentic AI, and we are moving towards AI superintelligent system, and predictions which have been made, according to that, by 2040 we shall have AI superintelligence systems which would surpass human intelligence. And in those cases, in those scenarios, what would be the regulation, or in what manner the development of AI is to be regulated? Because if it is not regulated, then that would create variety of problems before the humankind. And there are certain other examples, because when we talk about AI, I would like to quote Gottfried Leibniz, what he says: "It is unworthy of excellent men to lose hours like slaves in the labor of calculation, which could safely be relegated to anyone else if machines were used." Now, what does it indicate? It simply says that if we have a technology that can do the calculations fast, that can perform the tasks fast, that can reduce dependencies in the codes, that can process huge data, big data in no time, which can make predictions, which can write books, documents, where is the need to use human concern? So we are living in an era where this debate is going on. Should we promote internet, or should we promote AI, or should we discourage it? So here we have to look at the timeline of the cyberspace, or history of the cyberspace, and I believe that it could be divided into two parts. One, before AI, and second, after the AI. So when we say before AI, what kind of cyberspace we had, what kind of cyber operations we had, and after AI, what kind of cyber operations are being performed in every walk of life. And in this context, what I understand, that this debate that AI would take away the jobs, or AI would pose challenges to the different communities, I don't subscribe this view. In my considered view, there would be two groups of professionals which would exist in future. One, who have AI skills, who know how to use AI at their workplace, in their I mean, the kind of work they are doing. And second category of workforce would be AI illiterate. And this is going to happen in near future. So as it has been already pointed out, and the importance of use of AI has already been highlighted by my previous speaker, that we have to be AI, not only AI literate, we have to be skilled in it. And what is meant by skill development in AI? We have to have two kind of professionals in the field of AI. One, who develop these kind of solutions, who develop these kind of programs, AI systems, AI models, which would be used in different walks of life to get the work done. And second category would be wherein we shall be training people how to use AI. So these are two distinct classes. So most of the people would fall in the second category, and they would be working on the application side of AI, how to use AI. So for example, if I talk about computer, so most of us would not be having good knowledge about hardware part of the computer, even software and programs of the computer, but we know how to use it. So that way we have to look at AI. Now, there are different categories of AI. I am sure that will be discussed in the forthcoming sessions. That is artificial narrow intelligence, artificial general intelligence, artificial super intelligence, as I had already pointed out. So I am not going into details of it. And I also believe that now we are witnessing a time where discussion about weak AI, strong AI, narrow AI, general AI is almost over. Now we are basically examining the higher level of it, the contemporary developments in the field of AI. And when we talk about the AI superintelligence systems, so this superintelligence can be used to refer to a strong and general artificial intelligence at the point where it suppresses human intelligence, if it ever does, and where artificial intelligence will eclipse biological intelligence and human may become relevant. So here a lot of debate is going on, how to use AI and how to regulate it. And when we look at it through the lenses of legal systems, then there are several questions. So one question that is being discussed, whether artificial intelligence has also achieved consciousness, because when we are talking about AI superintelligent system, so as of now, the machines that we have, the system that we have, AI models we have, basically it is working on certain models. Maybe it is being trained on huge data, and then on the basis of that data, it is making certain predictions, it is making taking certain decisions, it is processing the documents, like if I'm watching Netflix, so it would make a prediction that what kind of serials I should watch. So maybe a list may be provided to me. But when we are talking about the artificial superintelligence system, in that case, one distinct point that would put forth for discussion, that is the issue of consciousness, whether AI superintelligence system would have the consciousness, and if it would achieve that state, whether humans would be irrelevant. So in that context, as I said, the ethical considerations and the legal, it has to be looked through the lenses of the legal systems, up to what extent these kind of developments would be allowed. So that is a very important question, and particularly when we talk about human beings. So why human beings are different? So if we look at the philosophical aspect of it, jurisprudential aspect of it, then what do we find? That humans have free will. They are not programmed. So what a human would do when he is looking at something, so he would use his free will to take a decision, to perform an action. In case of machines, in case of AI systems, as of now, certain models are there, and on those models, on those parameters, these kind of AI systems are working. And sometimes, because of this, sometimes we talk about algorithmic biases, sometimes we talk about AI biases, and those biases are there because those models have been trained on a particular data set. And if that data set has some sort of biases because it has been trained on the data of a particular country or a particular region, so those biases would get reflected in the decisions which have been taken by the AI systems. So what these AI systems are lacking, that is this free will. So in days to come, when we would have AI superintelligence system, and if you would have that free will, in those cases, it would again present a very complex challenge before the traditional understanding of the law. And that's why the debate relating to personhood assumes greater significance in modern times. That what kind of personhood may be given to, maybe attached to AI systems. So one argument that is, or one idea that is being discussed, that like we have a concept of legal personhood. And for example, a person which has been created under the law, say for example, under the Companies Act. So we can develop a legal system which would fix the legal liabilities of the AI systems in the line of existing laws, which are perfectly working since long for the legal persons. But if we look at the nature of a company, if we look at the working of a company, incorporation of that company, it is altogether different from an AI. So there are many scholars who challenge this idea that this kind of understanding cannot be imported to regulate the AI superintelligence systems. And that's why I'm reminded of the definition of the person, which was given by Hobbes in way back in 1651, and wherein he has described the concept of person and personhood. I quote, "He whose words or actions are considered either as his own or as representing the words or actions of another man or of any other thing to whom they are attributed, whether truly or by fiction. When they are considered as his own, then they are called a natural person. And when they are considered as representing the words and actions of another, then they are artificial person." So if we go by this particular definition that was given by Hobbes, so here the kind of AI systems, AI models we have, as of now, they could be held liable under the existing regime of law by borrowing the principles which are being used to regulate legal persons. But another point which is distinguishing between the human being and artificial intelligent person, that is the free will, that is the independent capability of thinking, thought process. So when we would have artificial superintelligence system, in those cases, those systems would have this capability. And if we go by the definition that has been given by Hobbes, so definitely in those cases, the artificial superintelligence systems would be considered at par with the human beings. And in those scenarios, what kind of regulation would be there to regulate the operations, functions, works done by the AI systems? So that is another question that comes to my mind that should be discussed in this international conference. Then one more important question that is to be addressed, and that is basically being posed before the legal community, whether these artificially intelligent systems can be the bearer of rights. For example, Sophia, or for example, any other system, AI system, can it be a right? And granting right, be it property right, be it privacy right, be it citizenship rights. So if these rights are being granted to these systems, in what manner these rights would be exploited, these rights would be executed, in what manner these rights would be enforced? Because granting right is one thing, but what would be the mechanism to execute these rights? So that is another question that has arisen in the modern times, as well as this would be more seriously discussed when we would have more development in the field of AI. Then next question comes to the legal liabilities of the AI systems, particularly when certain kind of actions are being performed by these systems. So again, if we look at, I'm trying the same analogy. In case of a company could be held liable even criminally. So there are provisions in the law which would determine the criminal liability of the companies. What about in the case of AI systems? Because when we talk about a company, there are two principles. One, the principle of collective liability, and then the principles of individual liability. If suppose that there is an employee in an organization and he has done something which results in the violation of law, but he followed the policies of the company, he did not violate that. In that case, it would be a matter of collective liability. That person shall not be held in his or her individual capacity. If he has done something violating the policy of the company, organization, in that case, he would be held liable in personal capacity. In case of AI, who should be held liable? To whom these legal liability would be attributed to? So that is again a question. I think that would require discussion and deliberation in days to come. And would there be a natural individual behind the entity who shall be the ultimate bearer of the rights and legal responsibilities, particularly when it comes to intellectual property? And there are many cases. In the interest of time, I will not be discussing those cases, but AI as an author, AI as a co-author, AI as an inventor. So in those cases, if these rights are being conferred on AI systems, how these AI systems would exploit those rights? Suppose that copyright has been conferred. So in what manner these property rights which have been conferred by a legal system to these AI superintelligent systems or AI systems would, in what manner they would exploit it? So that is again a question. Then this debate is still going on, and then there are different schools of thought, and they are coming up with different kind of arguments. And then when we look at the global fora, it is not like that it is not being regulated. But again, when we look at the the point of view of the regulator, then there are certain problems. So the question is, should we grant legal personhood to artificially intelligent person? And when we look at the possible answers to this question, so that is not simple. And reasons I have already discussed, that when we are talking about attribution of liabilities, when we are talking about the exploitation of rights or execution of right, enforcement of rights, then in what manner it would be performed? Because even today, when we talk about the society, so the kind of society we have, that is not a robotized society. And if it is not a robotized society, then the rights which would be conferred onto these robots or super intelligent robots, in what manner they would be executed. So so it is very important that we have to first look at the personality attributes of the AI systems, AI super intelligent systems, and what are the personality attributes which are to be looked upon. That is free will, that is intelligence and consciousness. And then only we can talk about the conferment of right to these systems. Now there are certain countries which have implemented AI in different ways, and they have come up with the successful use cases. Even when we talk about the law enforcement, so we have AI powered investigations. The hackers, so-called hackers, they are using AI powered attacks. And today I was reading the newspaper in the morning, and I saw that now police would be equipped with a drone which would capture each and every step of a human being at public place, and it would be examined by that drone, which is again powered with the AI using computer vision. So computer vision, when it would be coupled with AI, so in what manner a person is moving, walking, talking, even if his face is covered, even if he's using some mask, still looking at the personality attributes, it could be concluded that who is that person, though his face is covered. So these are some of the uses which pose again challenges to the privacy rights of the individuals. Now at traffic signals, we have high power camera. Now that camera would not only record your number, your registration number of your car, your FASTag details, it also peeps into inside the car, and who is sitting there, what is happening there, everything is being recorded in a public system. So this kind of surveillance, whether and that too, use of AI, because it is powered by AI, it would process it and then calculate data and flag a report. So this may be good for a regulator, this may be good for the purpose of law enforcement, but at the same time it could be a matter of concern for the individuals whose data is being so collected and processed and being converted into some sort of flags or some sort of news. So law enforcement agencies are basically using it. Even they are analyzing video feeds, or they are also collecting the information through vehicles, and then investigating the matters. So one case that I would like to discuss with you, that of China. So China recently had introduced a brave new world of justice, with courtrooms presided by an artificially intelligent judge, using blockchain and cloud computing technologies. While use of blockchain can help in creating and storing a clearer record of the legal process, the artificial intelligence judges helps to ease the burden on the human justices who monitor the proceedings and make the major ruling in each case. Now, in certain jurisdictions, these kind of AI-powered tools are being used, and we are living in an ecosystem, in a cyber ecosystem where things are connected with each other. So maybe through IoT technology, things are collected with each other. For storage, we have cloud or cloud technologies. We have, for record keeping, we have blockchain technology. And for processing of data, we have AI. So another point for discussion that comes to my mind, and I'm sure that that would be discussed in this conference, that we are witnessing a time where we are using hybrid technologies. Like, I recall the phone that I had in the year 2000, or maybe before of that, it was basically a telecommunication device. And it was being used to make call and receive call. Then it got SMS services, MMS services were introduced. And later on, camera was also put on this particular mobile phone. And if I go by the definition of the computer given in the IT Act 2000, now mobile phones are computers, and the same has been affirmed by many courts in different cases. So we are using hybrid technology. Do we have hybrid law? Because when we look at the legal system, then there is a approach that is basically sectoral approach. Like for the regulation of telecom, we have TRI Act. For regulation of wireless devices, we have different enactment. So the question is, if we are using hybrid technology, and particularly when we are talking about judicial proceedings which are powered with AI tools, so in that context, do we have hybrid law? Because there would be issues relating to storage of information in cloud. There would be issues with the use of blockchain in record keeping. There would be issues of security and privacy in relation to IoT systems, where data exchange of data is happening automatically between and among the devices to facilitate certain services. For example, a judgment has been delivered by the court. Now, copy of the order would automatically be served to all the parties, and a copy will be uploaded on the High Court website. So, do we have a hybrid law, or we shall be having sectoral approach in regulation to regulate hybrid technologies? Because even if I am watching a television, my television no more a television, traditional television set. It is a computer. If I am using even for example a smart dashboard in my car, for all practical purposes, it's a computer. So again, when we look at the regulation of it, when we look at the regulation of these technologies, then we have sectoral approach. So that is another challenge, and that has been mainly posed by AI, but there are other technologies which must be taken into account. So with this, I would like to conclude, and I wish the conference a big success. And I would like to thank the organizers of the conference for giving me this opportunity to interact with you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for words of encouragement. Your words have truly laid the foundation for meaningful deliberations in this conference. With this, we now move towards the core of our conference, the technical sessions, where brilliant minds from across the nation will present their research and perspectives on the intersection of artificial intelligence and law. Each session will be moderated by the students and evaluated by the internal faculty members along with the distinguished experts. Participants have been provided with their session links, codes, and schedules. We look forward to engaging discussions and thought-provoking insights. We request everyone to kindly remain seated as technical session 1 will be screened here in the auditorium. Thank you and have a nice day.